Hi, this is Kundeep again. Today I will be teaching you the topic called speaking repeat sentence. Now, this question is definitely a question of the highest importance level. That means this question is going to give you the maximum scores in your final exams. You can see this question is a red zone question, which is giving you the maximum. So it is the second question of your speaking exam. What is this question? We will just understand in a few seconds. But how many questions of repeat sentences will be there in your exam? So you are going to get 10 to 12 questions of repeat sentences in your final test. This is the maximum number of counter. So the most frequent, highest frequency question is the repeat sentence question. So you need to make sure you're mentally prepared to answer these number of questions in your final exam. It is definitely something that you have to note. The next thing about repeat sentences is that this section is giving you 54 points. And out of these 54 points, you're going to get half of the points in your speaking, that is 32 points, and the rest of the scores are going to go in your listening. Now, why are we going to get scores in listening and how are we going to get scores in our speaking? That is definitely something that is in for today. That is what I'm going to train you on. So a quick check over what is this structure of the test. So your PTE test is of 2 hours. You're going to get scores out of speaking, your writing, your reading, and your listening. So in speaking, you're going to get 5 questions. In writing, you're going to get 2 questions. In reading, you're going to get 5 questions. And in your listening, you're going to get 8 questions. So out of those questions of speaking, the 5-1, there are 2 most important questions contributing above 100 points. Describe, image, and read a lecture. They are also important questions. They're giving you 22 points. And answer short questions is the green color. That means it's not very important at all. The questions that you see at the bottom are called trial questions. They are coming up in your test these days. The questions names are retell, group discussion, a trial question, respond to a situation, a trial question. So the point is these are trial questions. That means you don't have to answer them because computer is not giving you any scores for them. And even if you do them right or wrong, you're not going to lose or gain any points on these questions in your final exam. So no point in stressing about them. So you just count 5 questions in speaking. But yes, remember your speaking has gone longer than usual. So it is a bit tiring. Skip these questions, the trial questions. You don't have to worry about them. Keep it short, keep it simple. Moving on to your writing section, you will see 2 topics. Writing is not important at all because both the questions are giving you low points. Summarized written text is definitely giving you 20 points, but this question is very simple to do. Similarly, your essay writing is very simple to do, but these questions are very time consuming. That's the only thing in writing. Reading questions, there are 5 questions in reading, but in reading, out of 5, 3 questions are green questions. That means they're not important. So your only focus is on your reading and writing, fill in the blanks because they're the red questions, and you'll fill in the blanks because they're orange questions. So 2 questions to focus and you can get your scores. This is fill in the blanks of reading and writing, and reading, fill in the blanks. Moving on to your listening, definitely that is something that is followed by speaking in importance. So listening is definitely an important section. It is going to give you high scores, 4 topics in your listening, which are contributing a good number of scores. Summarize spoken text, fill in the blanks, listening, highlight incorrect words, and the most important one, sitting at the end of your exam, called write from dictation. The most important question of your exam, because three sentences, 45 points, that's a significant score. And time management is something that you will have to work on in your listening. So this is your overview, 2 hours of your test. You're going to get 360 points, 90 on each section, but your PTE contributes, like the questions are not like that. If you're doing a repeat sentence question, you're going to get half of the points in your listening. So that means PTE has a balance of numbers of questions and your scores. So you need to understand PTE. You may feel confused if you are the first timer, but stay calm, stay with me. I'll definitely make sure that you get your scores, and we will do it in a very simple and easy way, okay? 10 to 12 questions of repeat sentences will come in your exam. You have to remember that. And I told you 54 points, that's the maximum number of questions you're getting. More than half of the points in your speaking, that is 32. And 20 something you're going to get in your repeat sentences. listening, definitely important. Now that's how your screen is going to look like. You will see instruction on the screen. So what happens is that you are going to listen to a small sentence or a long sentence. After listening to that sentence, you have to repeat it back, and computer is going to record your answer. Computer is going to match your answer with the actual answer. Whatever percentage of matching is there, you will get the points in your listening. But if you have a fluent answer, you did not stop, you were confident, and you are clear in saying the word, the sentence, you're going to get full points in your speaking, listening. Okay. So 3 seconds is what you're going to get before the speaker starts speaking. That is just a blink of eye and the speaker starts speaking. So it's like you just breathe and you start. You're going to listen to the sentence. So when you listen, my recommendation is just press your headphones like this and then listen, because this helps you to focus more when others around you are speaking. Definitely, there will be a lot of disturbing sounds around you because everybody is speaking at the same time. Again, saying press your headphones when you're listening. That helps you to focus. When you're done listening to the sentence, the computer will take 2 seconds time to change from speaking to recording. So then the recorder will be turned on for 15 seconds and you have to say your answer. So you're going to say exactly what the speaker said. You will try your best to say exactly what the speaker said, and you will try to say your answer 2 times. Once you have said your answer 2 or 3 times, as many times as you want, you are going to click next and yes to save that time. You're not saving your time, actually, you're saving your fluency, actually. So if you click next and yes very quickly, there is no gap between your answer and the recording being stopped. If there is a gap, you will have low points in your fluency. So to avoid that gap, you need to click next and yes very quickly. I will definitely show you what I mean after a few seconds. I'll demonstrate. Um, so what are the strategies that you can use to answer this question? You can use a blind approach, which simply means you close your eyes, you focus on the meaning of the sentence, and then you repeat your answer confidently 2 times, okay? Now, there's another strategy called note-taking strategy. So note-taking strategy is where you're going to use a spiral sheet. So you're going to get a laminated sheet. So speaker says it, you take some short notes, like you're not going to write full sentence, you're going to write initials, that means few words here. You say your answer confidently. These are the two strategies which are definitely going to work. You can see the note there that this strategy will only work after intensive practice of minimum 300 questions. That means you can't decide, oh, this doesn't work for me in 10 questions or 20 questions, the note-taking strategy. So if you master this strategy by practicing 300 more questions, you can definitely get 90%, 90 on 90 in your listening and speaking by doing repeat sentences wonderfully well. Again, saying 300 questions. So before 300 questions, you can't decide. I'm just going to grab a pen so we can practice few questions together and we can see how it works. So I've kept my pen working. I'll show you here. Let's actually understand the tips and strategies of the scenarios. So there are few different kind of people, different levels of people, and then few different levels of questions there. If the question is a very simple and a very basic level question, for example, tomorrow's class has been cancelled due to rain. Now, that's a very simple and basic question. Everybody can say it. So you're going to say 80% of your answer, confidently say it. Tomorrow's class has been cancelled due to rain. Done. Or you say it 2 times. Tomorrow's class has been cancelled due to rain. Tomorrow's class has been cancelled due to rain. So that's how you say your answer. Don't say it like this. Tomorrow's class has been cancelled due to rain. Tomorrow's class has been cancelled due to rain. Don't say it that fast. It's not going to help you, okay? So you have to go calm. You have to go very clear in your pronunciation. Tomorrow's class has been cancelled due to rain. Tomorrow's class has been cancelled due to rain. That's how you say your answer, okay? Nice, clear, and perfectly fine. Now, what if the question was a bit difficult question and you know only 50% of your answer, the first half or the last half? Like the library is situated behind the anatomy lab, so use the right. That was a lot of instructions. So you're like, the library is situated behind the anatomy lab. That's what you remember. You don't remember the rest of it. So you say, The library is situated behind the lab. The library is situated behind the lab. The library is situated behind the lab. You say your answer, whatever you know, 3 times, or you can say, the library is situated behind the lab and something like that. The library is situated behind the lab and something like that. You say it, you're going to get 19. You're speaking fluency and you're speaking. You will definitely lose a little bit of your scores in listening, but not a lot. So I have done this many times and my listening is always above 8. It definitely works. So you don't have to focus always on listening and learning and understanding. Whole repeat sentence, you can chop it, you can break where you think you need to break it, and you can still make your scores wonderfully well. Okay. So are we clear with that? Yeah. So what if you know the last half of the question and you don't know the first half of the question? So it's like, what was that? The library is situated behind the lab. Okay, maybe I'll do another question. It's like, these days, everybody is interested in earning more money, so they work harder. Okay. So now these days, everybody is interested in earning more money, so they work harder. That's your question. Should they say the sentence was related to earning more money and work harder? The sentence is related to earning more money and work harder. So the sentence is related to earning more money and work harder. So you can say it like that. So you can use any of the formula in average scenario, but your minimum goal is to speak fluently. So you get full points in fluency. It's 32 points in fluency that you need to score. The best you can do is you still speak your answer. Okay, the worst scenario, you don't know anything, you only know 1 or 2 words. You say the sentence was related to earning money. The sentence was related to earning money. The sentence was related to earning money. Say it 3 times. You have still done a good job. You have still spoken your answer. You will still be able to score wonderfully well in your speaking section. Definitely quite low in your listening, but it is still better to have 32 on 54 than having a 0 on 54. I hope what I means is clear. So this is called your repeat sentence questions. If you have any questions, you can contact your trainer. Now I am going to show you some sample answers, how to do repeat sentences with all the best strategies possible. So I'm going to play few questions.
Find a bookstore situated on the main campus's northern side.
Find the bookstore situated on the main campus and something like that. Find the bookstore situated on the main campus and something like that. So as much as I could understand, I have said and I have answered by using the strategy called and something like that. But I made sure I am trying to stay fluent. So you will say that your app is going to show you that much of the scores only, that what you have said. So it's always better to say something than not to say anything, okay? And stay fluent, all right? So now let's try another question.
We would like people to write a case study, describing an organization they know.
We would like people to do a case study describing about the situation you know. We would like to do a case study describing about a situation you know. So I tried to say 70% of the answer without adding anything in it, but I still made the answer. So 2 times you're answering, you're trying to say your best. This is called blind approach. I'm not writing anything. I'm not good with it. I'm always good with writing and doing the answer. So now the next what I will do is I will try a question and I will try to take a bit of notes.
The majority of the hardware we are using was built for a customer.
The majority of the hardware we are using is built for a customer. The majority of the hardware we are using is built for our customer. The majority of the hardware we are using is built for a customer. So now I could say most of it because I have actually written down the words, the small words that could help me. So this is called note-taking strategy. It also helps a lot. Okay. Like I can only do these repeat sentences by taking those notes, and that's what helps me more. Okay. So this is called note-taking strategy, where you don't write full sentences, but we just write the initials. Okay. So you see? Awesome. So what works for me is note taking. I'll show you a few more questions. Let's try.
The majority of the hardware we are using was built for a customer.
We'll change the question we just did.
Without action, the possibility of energy shortages looms in the future.
Without something, the possibility of energy shortages will loom in the future. Without something, the possibility of energy shortage will loom in the future. I forgot one word, but I still made sure that I'm having the rest of it. So you can have a look at the book. So I've got the notes, okay? And I have tried my best to say it. You see, it's good. So what works for me is my note taking. So I've taken it in levels. Okay, so without action, I think it was the word action. Now I remember. The possibility, energy shortages loom in the future. So I've got all the levels and I've got all the words in there. So that's how possibly I could answer the question, okay? So thank you so much for watching this video. Now, if you think you're confident, you can practice 100 questions of repeat sentences. You still have a doubt, you're still struggling, contact your trainer. They'll try their best to get you better on this question. Thank you so much.